Okay, who is okay, so they call us, there's 16 personality types. INFJ is called, our title is advocate, okay? An advocate is someone with the introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging personality traits. They tend to approach life with deep thoughtfulness and imagination. Their inner vision, personal values, and a quiet, principled version of humanism guide them in all things. Treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them to become what they are capable of being. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Advocates, INFJs, may be the rarest personality type of all, but they certainly leave their mark on the world. Idealistic and principled, they aren't content to coast through life. They want to stand up and make a difference. For advocate personalities, success doesn't come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment, helping others, and being a force for good in the world. While they have lofty goals and ambitions, advocates shouldn't be mistaken for idle dreamers. People with this personality type care about integrity, and they're rarely satisfied until they've done what they know to be right. Conscientious to the core, they move through life with a clear sense of their values, and they aim never to lose sight of what truly matters. Not according to other people or society at large, but according to their own wisdom and intuition. Seeking purpose. Perhaps because their personality type is so uncommon, advocates tend to carry around a sense, whether conscious or not, of being different from most people. With their rich inner lives and their deep abiding desire to find their life purpose, they don't always fit in with those around them. This isn't to say that advocates can't enjoy social acceptance or close relationships, only that they sometimes feel misunderstood or at odds with the world. Fortunately, this sense of being out of step doesn't diminish advocates' commitment to making the world a better place. Advocates are troubled by injustice, and they typically care more about altruism than personal gain. They often feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Nothing lights up advocates like changing someone else's life for the better. Many advocates see helping others as their mission in life, and they're always looking for ways to step in and speak up for what is right. People with this personality type also aspire to fix society's deeper problems, in the hope that unfairness and hardship can become things of the past. At times, however, advocates may focus so intently on their ideals that they don't take adequate care of themselves, a pattern that can lead to stress and burnout. Connecting with others and themselves. Advocates may be introverted, but they value deep, authentic relationships with others. Few things bring these personalities as much joy as truly knowing another person and being known in return. Advocates enjoy meaningful conversations far more than small talk, and they tend to communicate in a way that is warm and sensitive. This emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on the people around them. A few close relationships, provided that they're genuine, can fill advocates' hearts to the brim. Thoughtful and compassionate, advocates pour a great deal of energy and care into their relationships. This doesn't mean that they always feel appreciated in return. Advocates tend to act with great thought and care, and it can frustrate them when other people don't recognize their good intentions. As a result, even constructive criticism may feel incredibly personal or hurtful to these personalities. And that is why, guys, like, it's hard for, like, because it's hard to explain, because you feel like a genius, because you see all these things that most people don't see. But when you try to say it, because you can't put it all together properly, because you're taking your thoughts are built from all of these different abstract things that, until you are completely integrated and are insightful and have come to terms with who you are and why you are the way you are, it just seems you got to be careful, because you feel like you're coming across to other people as a genius, or as, better than them or bigger than them, when really it's not that. It's just you want to explain, no, I see the bigger picture. You guys are looking at this small picture, but I see the bigger picture. And also that goes back to, even as a result, constructive criticism may feel incredibly personal or hurtful to these personalities, because we are so, we cross our T's and dot our I's. We're constantly aware. And so when someone wants to just ignore everything we say and just point out, the one or two things we miss, it's like, fuck you, motherfucker, and that, of course, comes from my abuse and living a crazy fucking life with crazy fucking people. A personal mission. Many advocates feel that their life has a unique purpose, a mission that they were put onto this earth to fulfill. For people with this personality type, one of the most rewarding aspects of life is seeking out this purpose, and then, once they've found it, striving to do it justice. When advocates encounter inequity or unfairness, they rarely give up. Instead, they consult their intuition and their compassion to find a solution. With their innate ability to balance the heart... Oh, no. Oh, God, this fucking computer. Sorry, guys. With their innate ability to balance the heart with the head, advocates are hardwired to right the wrongs of the world, no matter how big or small. These personalities just need to remember that while they're busy taking care of everyone else, they need to pause sometimes and take care of themselves as well. There's so much in here to unpack, and this is just the introduction, so I'm going to split this into videos. Yeah, the emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on the people around them. And that's, I've been told over and over and over and over and over again by people that they're like, man, you're not crazy. You're just more honest than most people. Fixing society's deeper problems. Advocates may focus so intently on their ideals that they don't take adequate care of themselves. A pattern that can lead to stress and burnout. I've dealt with stress and burnout my whole fucking life. The commitment to make the world a better place and just around them a better place. Troubled by injustice. Often feeling called to use their strength, which includes creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Guys, and see, this is the thing, is I got so pulled away from my original self as a child because of the abuse, I was, I would write. I read thousands of books as a child, guys, thousands of books. And my mom, like I said, would beat me and punish me in every way possible. Every fucking way you could think of, I will get punished. Until she realized that the very last thing that she could punish me from was reading. And she punished me from reading for a very long time. And that was like my final straw with her. And because that broke me. That was my one solace. That was my one escape, was to be able to read. And see, she would always build me up and break me down, right? So she would always tell me, Richard, you should write. You're going to be a writer when you grow up. You're a beautiful writer. Because I used to write poetry. I used to write everything, short stories, blurbs, whatever. But I would write all the time. And so when she punished me from reading, I quit writing. And ever since then, I quit writing, for the most part. But I'm gonna, and I'm realizing now that I'm healing that, I can't, that I've allowed her to crush my spirit, basically, and I'm reclaiming all that now. And, I'm getting back into the writing and into expressing myself and into being able to express myself and take these abstract thoughts and utilize them into these words and put them out there in order to actually help people, instead of every other word being cocksucker and motherfucker. So yeah, again, I'm just realizing, how this abuse tore me away from myself, and because I've been in fight or flight and survival pretty much my whole life, now healing, I am coming back into who I am. I am integrating and, again, aligning thoughts with words with actions. So this was the introduction to INFJs. The next will be on strengths and weaknesses.